because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
What's good with this? IFL TV proudly sponsored by The Last Dean. Done it again. Good turnout, good fights, good people, good music, and maybe a few drinks. Good night.
Absolutely great night. Listen, I'm actually tired, smoked, everything. But you know what? Perseverance is a fucking hell of a thing. We've had some struggles today, but look, we persevered and we got it done. We had a couple of 10-rounders. We had a lot of good, actually good 50. We had a few upsets, you know. But I mean, look, it's part of boxing. It's part of the game. I'm happy. We've got it done and now we're finished. Look, we've still got a good few hundred people here at 12 o'clock. You know, I can't complain. We put on, you know, some good shows. Do you know what? At 7 o'clock, we still had a packed house at 7. I couldn't believe how busy it was at 7. You know, sometimes it builds into the getting busy. At 7 o'clock was really busy. Love Monga. Thanks very much, yeah? Again, let me know if you're available. We've got a few shows, yeah? Love my boy. Yeah, so I'm happy. You know, we persevered through some struggles and things, but look, it is what it is. And we move on. We ain't been zanged, but someone's been zanged. But I mean, hey, listen, that's boxing. You know what I mean?
We'll talk about that in a second. Obviously, that whole time flies when you're having fun thing. Mate, it was 7 o'clock. I clicked my fingers and it was 12 o'clock. It seemed like the night just went like that.
Bro, and you know what? I'm just surprised how busy it was and we held the crowd for a long time.
A noisy crowd as well. A noisy
crowd. Very vocal fan base for the people that are here. And I'm happy. You know, God, you know, blessed us that we picked the right fights, the guys, and we hold the crowd and the show does really well. I mean, it's a hard thing trying to promote a match and hold fights. We've had a lot of trials and tribulations. Imagine today the guy was weighing in and then one of the guys phoned him. He said he's on the way to Hull. He's not even fighting. They've took another fight. They're making more money. The game is such a skullduggery game. It's insane. But look, here's what it is. We live and we learn. And even today with gloves, I learned a very important thing. We had so much small people fighting today. They all were boxing in 8s. Most people normally box in 10 gloves. So I had to leave here, go to my lockup. And mate, it's just been the whole event has been trial and tribulation and learning. You know, we're at like 8, 9 shows in and we're still continuing to learn. And that's part of the game. But you know, God willing, we'll one day we'll get it all and we can look back and say, you know, we learned on the job and it weren't too detrimental. But at the minute, it's all good. We've learned and we've won, that we succeeded. You know, some of the guys have lost, some of the guys have won, but we've won in life. We've won, you know, with a great show. You know what I mean? We're still young in what we're doing and we're learning on the job. So I'm happy.
Succeed when you're learning on the job. Shows you're going in the right direction. I want to talk about Prince Patel, obviously. He's always going to be a headline grabber. He had some choice words for Isaac Lowe. I know obviously you're directing him now. There's always going to be stuff for him here in the UK. He gunned for Isaac Lowe tonight, if I'm honest, when you see what he said on IFL tomorrow. Is that the fight that we're going to see next, Prince Patel and Isaac Lowe?
I don't believe this is going to be next, but it's something maybe potentially in the future if we can work it out. If we can work out the numbers, if we can work out loads of different... Boxing is a hard game and it's about business. You know, if we can negotiate the business, Isaac Lowe is 2 weights above him. If there's a catch weight, we can do it. We've got a TV channel that's potentially interested in doing stuff. Prince Patel is a mouthpiece. He understands the game, sells a few tickets. If we can match it and get him, you know, he's ranked. He might be interested in a world title. If we can get these things done, then potentially it might be interesting to Isaac Lowe. You know, I don't know. You know, but only time will tell.
You mentioned Zhilei Zhang, and we was all sitting ringside, kind of just looking at each other, going, "Have you heard what's happened? Have you seen what's happened?" Shocked. I know we both said to each other, he kind of had a small window perhaps to do his work before he was almost gassing out for air. But I'll tell you what, he done his work.
I expected Joyce to juggernaut him at some stage and get the win. You know, all credit to Zhang. He zhanged him and he won. We must give him his credit. We must give him his flowers. This boxing, there's not enough credit where credit's due. You know, Joyce is local, he's UK, and I was always rooting for him. But obviously he's been zhanged. The fucker got what he's meant to do and win. Let's see what happens for the future. Listen, in boxing, you win some, you lose some. You know, there's great fights from him. There's Dillian fight, there's Joshua fight, there's many fights. You know, I respect Joyce. He's a tough customer. And he'll come back from this and he'll learn. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect Zhang to win. Fuck it. I'm not gonna pretend like I expected him to win. Oh yeah, I knew he would. Fuck that motherfucker. I didn't expect him to win. I wanted Joyce to win. I expected him to win. But this is boxing. Sometimes what you expect you don't get. It's Kinder Surprise, you know what I mean? Bueno. You know what I mean? It's what it is. But
That's the Chinese word for bueno. That's what we need to find out tonight.
Exactly. So credit him, he won. Solid. No, he's a solid worker. Don't get him understood. Both silver medal, silver Olympics. So we know they're both skilled when they got set. And I know he was, but I just felt Joyce was going to be a bit more tougher, a bit more fitter. It's boxing. Things happen, things change. But look, they'll come again. It will come again.
You mentioned the Dillian fight. I know I saw some things he said to TalkSport literally at the arena a couple of hours ago. He said, look, I'm sick of the Anthony Joshua thing. The Joyce fight's there. Okay, Joe's now coming off the back of a defeat. But considering Dillian is too, is Dillian and Joe a sensible fight to make for summer?
I think it's a good fight, but it just depends if financially it's doable. Because, Dillian commands big money. Joyce is at a certain level in the ceiling. I don't know. It's down to Dillian and his team if they going to accept a certain number to fight him and, get the fight done. But some people might, to their detriment, try and fight Joyce because they feel like he's coming off a loss and end up fucking jogging on it. But hey, listen, this is boxing. You only learn the hard way once you're in the ring. So, whatever it is, let's see, let's look forward to it. Heavyweight boxing, and I'm interested to see all these guys fight each other.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,